With a flight speed of Mach 4.5, it can target satellites in the sky and aircraft carriers on the sea. Russia's sixth-generation fighter jet has finally emerged. Guys, it's confirmed. Russia's sixth-generation fighter jet is out too, the MiG-41, designed by the Mach Design Bureau. They announced that it will soon conduct its maiden flight this year. The earliest plan is to start its service in 2028. It will enter service in 3 years. This plan is even faster than the service timeline announced by the United States. This is quite an exaggeration, right? Given Russia's current economic situation, how is it possible for the MiG-41 to enter service in 3 years? Let's put this aside for now. Let's first talk about this MiG-41, the so-called sixth-generation fighter jet, and see what features it has. Currently, the Mach Design Bureau has not released its real photos. There's just a rendered image. It looks a bit like the American F-47. They just won't show you the real prototype, only showing you a rendered image. You might say it exists. Considering the aircraft manufacturing capabilities of Russia and the United States, there should be such a fighter jet. But if you say it doesn't exist and they are just bluffing, in fact, they really haven't presented an actual aircraft. Anyway, since China has a sixth-generation fighter jet, we also want to have one. The most remarkable feature of the MiG-41 this time is its astonishing speed. Mach 4.5. 2 engines can push the MiG-41 to a speed of Mach 4.5. So, Russia's military-industrial capabilities are indeed quite profound. If what Russia said is true, it proves that Russia's scientific and technological strength has made great leaps and bounds. Just think about Mach 4.5. What kind of engine can push it to such a high speed of Mach 4.5? This is almost approaching the threshold of hypersonic speed. Above Mach 5 is hypersonic speed. Now they say it can reach a maximum speed of Mach 4.5. Some people might say that Russia must be using a ramjet engine, just like China's J-36. There's nothing strange about that. But look carefully, it has 2 engines. That is to say, it must not be using a ramjet engine. A ramjet engine requires ram air. It needs to rush forward vigorously. When your speed reaches around Mach 2 or 3, you can then activate the ramjet engine. It has starting conditions. But now it has just 2 engines, and it has to take off from the ground. So, it's 2 turbofan engines. This is really amazing. 2 turbofan engines can make it fly at Mach 4.5. Then, don't you think Russia's engine technology has made a huge leap forward? Do you think Russia might have installed a rocket engine on it? When it really reaches a speed of Mach 4.5, ordinary missiles really can't catch up with it. Even if you know it's coming, you still can't hit it. You can't do anything about it because it's flying too fast. So, take a closer look at this fighter jet. It has a vertical tail and horizontal stabilizers. It's not like China's J-36 and the American F-47, which have removed the tail fins. Logically speaking, a characteristic of sixth-generation fighter jets is the absence of a vertical tail, in order to increase the stealth of the fighter jet. But the Mach Design Bureau has found an alternative approach. The ultimate goal of increasing stealth is also to achieve successful penetration. As the saying goes, speed is the key to breaking through everything. For the sake of successful penetration and safety, I just fly fast, faster than your missiles. Moreover, the MiG-41 not only flies fast, it can also fly very high. Russia claims that the MiG-41 can shoot down low-orbit satellites at an altitude of 200 kilometers. Wow! If it can shoot down satellites at an altitude of 200 kilometers, then it has to fly at least to an altitude of 30,000 meters. The resistance is too great. First of all, you have to overcome the work done against gravity, which consumes a lot of fuel. So, if the MiG-41 can really fly at Mach 4.5 and reach a maximum altitude of 30,000 meters, it will indeed have a place among the sixth-generation fighter jets. Even though it may not be stealthy, it's really hard to say who is stronger or weaker. What's more, what if it is stealthy? Don't forget that Russia once studied the MiG-1.44. Look, it was also studied by the Mach Design Bureau. They are from the same company. The MiG-1.44 used plasma stealth technology at that time. There was a plasma generator at the front. A large number of electrons surrounded the fuselage, forming an electron cloud, thus achieving stealth. Radio waves couldn't penetrate it. I remember the problem with this aircraft was that it couldn't solve the issue of the uniform distribution of the plasma. But maybe Russia has now broken through this bottleneck. However, as for the actual situation, let's just keep observing. For now, it's just a rendered image anyway.